So now the boat is out, got the engine on, get the batteries charged, and we've decided to turn the bloody boat upside down by the look of it. I'll flip the camera around. So yeah, there's that boat that they're working on now, just out there. I think they're just going to do the blacking over the next few days. But we got all this stuff, tons and tons of stuff that we've just not used in ages. And we did initially say if we don't use it for 6 months, it's gotta go. So it's gotta go. I wonder if she'll watch this video. But we're actually going to use this now on the boat. So my old boss, Sandra, Chell's fell over. My old boss Sandra got us this called like a Kelly kettle. Yeah, Kelly kettle. Yeah, because that's your maiden name. So it's a Kelly kettle, and you can use it outside. There's all little bits and bobs of kit that you can hook up a gas burner to, and you can just use it camping. But the actual cooking set itself, we might actually use on the boat now, because the pots that we've got are enormous. That's them there. They've took up the whole side of the kitchen. All these. So to steam some vegetables, we might actually use that. What? Oh yeah, it weighs a ton as well, doesn't it? That. So under the boat ain't listing with that. The bedroom's upside down. Just stuff everywhere. So we put our summer clothes and shoes and other stuff in there. It can get mouldy underneath here if you leave it for too long. So what we tend to do is put just the vacuum bags of clothing in there. Nothing that's really perishable, because it don't live. So we try and keep it as airy as possible. Poor mum and dad are just going to be having us descend on them with all this stuff.
More stuff?
Yeah, I know, that's what they'll say. It's a real bright, sunny Thursday morning in October. The solar's charging pretty well to say it's October. Actually, it's doing alright, so hopefully that'll be charged by the end of the day. Still on Hatton Locks, awaiting our repair for the propeller and the lip seal. It's taking longer than we thought, but hopefully the boat that's in the bay now is going to be blacked and finished by tomorrow. I think they've put one coat on it already. They're going to do another one today, and then we can go back in and they can fix our propeller. And then once we've done that, off we toot all down Hatton Locks, and I can record all those. I'm looking forward to that. But today, this morning, I was just walking the dogs, and there was this old guy who was in his mid-70s, I think he said, and he's had two knee operations, and he's really struggling to walk. And he's a solo boater. I've watched him on his own, and he's just going back and forth and doing loads of walking, and I do feel sorry for him. So I'm going to feed the dogs quickly. I've just got our kettle on boil now, and then I'm going to give him a chuck. I know I have got lots of things to do, to be honest, for myself. I mean, I'm not working. I've got to try and set up on my own and whatever. I've got a lot to do. I'm getting a bit overwhelmed with it, to be honest with you. But I just felt sorry for this guy, and it's just my good deed for the day. And then I can crack on this afternoon and try and get some paperwork done, and speak to the job centre, see if they can help me. I don't know whether they can or not. But the other thing I got this morning, sorry for the very close, zooming in on my face there. The other thing I got this morning was this. It's a DC to DC converter, and I'm going to wire in my modem. So I've got a modem. I'm going to wire that in through the 12 volt system as opposed to the 240 volts, because we have to fire the inverter up every time we want to put the modem on, and you use about 5 or 6 amps with the inverter on, just on its own, just to sit there on, and then another maybe 2 amps. No, it's 1.5 actually. 1.5 with the modem on. So what I'm going to do is connect it to the 12 volt system so we can reduce the power. We've got constant internet. We've not got to worry then that, you know, we've got to turn the inverter on and use more power than we should. We've been a bit more power conscious. I've got a PlayStation 5 on the boat. I love gaming, but it absolutely destroys the batteries. It eats them so quickly. So I think I'm going to have to knock that on the head. I might speak to Mum and Dad nicely to see if I can put the PlayStation 5 at their house and then connect to it remotely. Kettle's boiling. Let's get on with the dog food and let's go and help this guy. The guy will probably be wondering where I am. I've been feeding the dogs for ages, and it looks like let's turn this round. It looks like he's about halfway down this little flight here, so I'll give him a chuck for a bit. There's 2 boats coming down at the same time as well now, so they'll be catching him up soon. So if I just give him a bit of an head start, it's my good deed for the day, eh? Oh, I'm out of puff. So there we go, there's his boat, ready to come out and turn the next one. Oh, I got a right sweat on. I can't even compose myself. Oh, just on the way up to Lock 36 now. The guy's name's Aubrey. I think his boat's name's Otter's Trail. Seems like a nice guy, got a lovely name. So I'll just be turning this around now. He said he didn't mind being on the film. It's always good to ask. Do you want to do this one and I'll set the next 2 up?
Yes, if you like.
Yeah? Let's go. We're flying now. Yeah. Yeah. Especially with the sun out, you've got to keep hydrated, haven't you? He did offer me a drink as well, bless him. Just had my first bit of aggro on the Grand Union holiday boater, giving me an ear hole full of why I shouldn't fill the lock in advance. I did look, nobody was coming. There was 4 of them on that boat and they must have just steamed their way up, but yeah, he was having none of it at all. And it's not like I opened up 3 or 4 locks in front of us, it was just the next one. So I reminded the person of the etiquette, and that should be enough, I think. I wasn't using bad language like he was. Right, let's carry on. See how Aubrey's getting on. He's flying, look. He's flying. Got right sweat on. I think we're on Lock 31 now. Let's have a look. 31. And I think we've got to go down to 26. This is the biggest stretch I think between this one and 30. It's about a 5-minute walk. And then just a few more locks. There's Aubrey just floating away. Waiting for that water to fill up. So we're flying now. I don't know what lock we're on. 29, 28. There's another boat that's joined us. Well, we joined them actually. They were holiday boaters, and I think they stayed at that lock landing last night just to stock up on goods and stuff, and they come down with another boat and stayed with another boat there. So when they saw that we were coming down, they got into the lock and left it open ready for us. I think they're a bit nervous about the locks, but yeah, all good fun. Oh, the locks are against us. Got to fill this one as well. I've only had one, it's full. I think the lock was leaking pretty bad. Oh, I'm out of breath. Lock 28. So we've got 2 more after this one. Nice and steady. So it seems like we've gathered quite a crew now.
We've been on the boat now for 2 weeks. It's the first day. We can really say it's nice.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we did. More or less, sometimes less.
Yeah, well, that's part of boat life, I suppose.
That's true.
I'll go and open the gates on the next one then.
Yeah.
So with a bit of luck, the lock should be full, or almost full. I'm surprised Chell ain't rung me actually. She usually rings me on a lunch hour. I've only got 2 more locks, so I can give her a quick call then. So yeah, let's turn into a right. Workout. I think it took, I don't know, what time did I start? 10:30. 2 hours to get down 16 locks so far. So we're flying. There's another one with a camera. Afternoon. Yeah, that lock's emptying. She did say they'll be in your favour now, but they leak pretty bad, these locks do. Oh well. Last lock of the day. Looks like the lock is turned up to help us as well. Maybe. Who knows? Last one, Aubrey. Okay, that's it for limited edition. And Aubrey's day's been a lot easier than it expected. Lovely to meet you. Yeah, right, no problem. All the best.
Yeah. And you?
Aww. So there we have it. Don't know how many locks I did with him in the end. I think it was 18. Really busy down here. Nice to see where we're headed though. I like doing that. I don't know why. It's I find it reassuring. Oh, I've got to put the paddle up. Hopefully my phone's still in my coat. I enjoyed doing that. My good deed for the day. So there we go. Bottom lock of Hatton Locks. Got to walk all the way back to the boat now.
good thing about being at the top is there's a nice cafe at the top, and I ain't had nothing to eat today, and I deserve a lovely sausage sandwich. So that's what I'm going to have, and then I'll go and walk the dogs. If I've not done enough already. How many steps have I done today? 11,500. Look at that autumn sun. So we're just coming from that Hatton Arms, but we've been foraging. We nicked some apples off the trees. I say foraging, we've been scrumping.
Scrumping, a bag full of apples.
Dad used to get shot with cow muck for doing things like that.
Well, it's just falling on the floor and going to waste.
Yeah. Our boat's literally just like there. And there's the Hatton Arms. We're right by the dry dock. Weather's glorious, man. It's been brilliant today. So we got about, I don't know, 9 or 10 apples. I was trying to get as high as I could, but some of the apples are dropping down and smacking me in the face. Yeah.
Just looking at Domino's breath. You see breath?
Can you?
Yeah.
I can smell it. Yeah, we got about 8 or 9 apples in Michelle.
Not a bad one, yeah.
Bag full. She's going to take them to work. They're all raving about them apparently.
Well, the work on the prop has been done. We've got a new lip seal on the propeller there that you can see. Got some water that I need to get rid of now. All the water that was coming in. It's just under the gearbox. Yeah, I'll try and get that up. That's all fixed. So basically we had the new propeller there, and we had this part here changed. Well, that's the whole kit, but we didn't need it all. The other thing he left me as well, which is kind of it, was the silicone grease. So every time we service the engine, we need to pop that into, there's a little nut just in front of the hose pipe, just here. You have to undo that and pop as much grease as you can in. So we have to do that every time we service the engine. So that'll last us a couple of years, I would say.